welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing, review, and initial try on of the Airhas Minimalist Barefoot cross training shoes. These are a set of shoes that you can currently get on Amazon for about $43. The main highlight of these shoes are they're going to be barefoot oriented, where it's a minimalist design as far as the thickness of the sole. It's going to be zero drops, so there won't be any inclination to the sole of the shoe, and it's really tailored towards being a cross training or weightlifting shoe. I've previously done multiple reviews on products like this because I use minimalist shoes on a regular basis. I've reviewed the Wittens, the Orangineers, I've had Merrells in the past, and so my go-to shoe is the Witten Cross Trainer, but I've noticed that with that shoe the sole is a little bit thicker, and so the company for Airhas actually watched that video, noticed that I made that comment, and actually sent me these pairs of shoes because they say that the sole's a little bit thinner and avoids that problem. And so I really appreciate the fact that they sent this to me. And so what we'll do in this video is, first I'm going to go over the different color options because there's 10 of them, and I do want to highlight that. Then we'll walk through reviewing each of the shoes. The shoe colors that I have are going to be the black gum, so the black gum with the kind of brown sole, and then the other one's going to be the white gum. And so they're very kind of like minimalist design, very like streamlined from that standpoint. And then we'll go over the look, and then I'll put them on my feet as far as feel to give you a sense of the size, comfort, and overall look. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing this, I'll leave links in the description below. Okay, so as far as the color options on Amazon, you can just go to the link below, but I did want to highlight them because they do have a good color option like panel. So they've got black on black, they have black with a white sole, they have gray with a white sole, they have a gray with a gum sole, then they have navy with a white sole, then they have this like olive green with a gum sole, which I actually like the look of that. Then they have the black with gum, white with gum, they have gray with white, and then they have this neon like lemonish green or yellow with a white sole. Okay, so we'll go over the white pair because it's probably more contrasting and easier to see on video, but this is what the shoe looks like. So as far as the design, it has a very thin like sock-like material throughout it, so it's very, very thin, stretchy material that conforms very easily, so it's really nice from that standpoint. Has a general like extra level of kind of like rubberish material, not really rubber, but it's like a smooth rubber across where the laces are on both sides, and with a little bit of an element there. There's some grooves on the side that seem like they're a little bit for venting. It's not exactly holes, but there's an extra like thinner material there, which provides a little bit more flexion probably too, and as well as venting for your feet for sweating or kind of odor purposes. And then across the toe here, there's added level of protection as far as one, protection, thicker material, but more durability. So the mesh only goes up to here, but where your toe extends, there's an added level of protection there, which is nice. And it's very similarly along the heel, there's protection along the heel, so there's no scuffing. They do have a loop here, so if you want to pull it on that way, you can do that. And then inside for the insert, there should be, yeah, so the insert actually comes out, and so this is what it looks like. So it's foam with ridges throughout. It actually says environmental protection, breathable, rapid absorption, a sweat, fast, quick drying, and what else? What's odor or deodorant? Something, protection, comfort. So it's interesting because I just pulled that out randomly, but there's all this text directly underneath it. But that's what the insert looks like. Underneath there it says Airhas as well, and there's actually more cushion there, like canvas on the bottom. So depending on your preference level, I know with people that wear barefoot shoes, some people want an insole, some people don't, but that gives you the flexibility there. I'll leave the insole in to begin with, and then we'll see if we swap out. But if you want to remove remove the insole, get more of a grounded feel, you can do that, which is nice as far as the option. In the back area here, there is like extra cushion for where your heel cup is, or your heel is, so it provides some like added like comfort there. And then as far as the sole here, this is the gum sole, but basically it wraps around the entirety of the shoe throughout. And then this is the color here, or color or texture, but it's a flat zero drop sole here. It says Airhas, has this like triangle shape throughout. Does have some flexibility, so if immediately straight out of the box, there's complete like compression movement, so that really tells you that this is gonna really be like a barefoot shoe, so you'll be able to be very flexible with it. And that's the main gist. As far as like the feel of it, it feels like there'll be some good texture here from that standpoint. The laces are just standard white laces. They match the shoe itself. It says Airhas there as well. This is the other shoe, virtually identical, nothing there. The insert just shows the sizing, just says Airhas. And then lastly, this is the black version of it. So this is a side-by-side comparison. So you see the contrast between it, but like buying both of these would be a great option as far as the color scheme, but very similar as far as construction, virtually just black throughout, no difference there. A little bit of sleek design here where that like plasticky rubber is, so you can see some like brightness there, but that is very similar. The sole's very, very pliable. And so what we'll do now is we'll throw these on. Okay, so we'll try on the black ones to start. One thing I did notice when I took apart the laces is they actually incorporate this loop here that rotates the lace upwards. That's very important for if you do running or anything like that, because it actually changes the physics where when you tie the lace, it actually pushes outwards rather than against your foot, so it reduces the tightening across the ankle. But the shoe easily slides on, like it definitely has a sock-like fit here. It conforms very quickly to your foot. There's no issue as far as getting it on and off. I usually wear a 10.5, so we'll have to see the overall size and feel. But what we'll do is we'll just tighten this up. Okay? So first off, first impressions, so the heel here fits very well around my foot. There's a little bit of give in the material here, and then the rest of the shoe feels very good as far as being snug around my foot. My toe is right here, so I do have a little bit excess length here, and so like based on that, I'd probably go with a size lower, or try to go with a size lower than a 10, like typically 10.5. I'd probably lean towards a 10, because I don't really like any extra here, because it gives like some like extra material that can like bend. And so like if you look here, like my toe's not all the way through, so a 10 would probably be better than a 10.5 as far as sizing. Very similar, interestingly, well, maybe my foot's not all the way. Similarly, my toe's here, and so there's a little bit extra material there. But this is what it looks like. So looking at it from the front, the side, the back, and then the other side. As far as feel, so extremely flexible. They are definitely very barefoot friendly, minimalist. Like I feel the ground very easily, even with the insoles, and it's very, very pliable and flexible. And actually when I'm sitting here moving, I feel like the 10.5 will work. I'll have to see with running and things like that with these, kind of whether I notice that there's too much excess material in the toe front area. But overall, very, very nice shoe as far as like comfort and feel and fit, and the fact that it's really pretty much broken in immediately. So I'm pretty impressed with these actually, and if I got a 10, I'd probably like it a little bit more, because as you can tell, like me rotating here, it's like my foot sliding off a little bit, versus like if I had a 10, it'd probably be more snug and it'd fit a little bit better. So the fit's a little bit off, but that's okay. Now what we'll do is we'll take these off and throw the white ones on. But so this is what these look like, okay? So from the side, the back, and then the other side. As far as feel, very similar. As far as construction, very, very flexible, definitely zero drop. They are definitely thinner soles as compared to the Witten cross trainers, which I use routinely at the gym. These ones seem like my toe's a little bit further, and so my toe's kind of like at the edge there. All right, and then this toe is actually in the front, so I don't know if it's just more of I didn't tighten them all the way, but they go on and off easily with just having the laces tied, which is pretty convenient if you want to just throw them on that way. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with the design. What I'll do is I'll start working out with these, get a sense of how they perform, whether I run into any issues, and then I'll circle back with a follow-up video. But I think they're pretty cool. They're virtually identical in price to the Wittens, and so they do look more like a traditional shoe as compared to the Wittens, so you won't have that like barefoot kind of look or effect to it. And I do like the white gum and the black gum look. It's a really like nice like look for like a gym environment. So thanks for watching and have a great day.